Hey, I'm Jim Search, and welcome to Understanding Upstate, the podcast dedicated to exploring what makes upstate New York such a unique place. Each week, my co-host Rob Adler and I dive into a new upstate topic to better understand what's up upstate. And this week, we are discussing the cultural icon Paul Reubens, better known to the world as Pee-wee Herman.
Sweet.
Who knew?
Yeah.
Who knew he was in upstate? I had no idea.
Not me until I think last week when we were talking about it. So I'm pretty excited to talk a little bit about Paul Reubens. Shall I say a wee bit about Paul?
A pee-wee bit. Ready to talk about this institution of a man. And we were talking a little bit off mic here, but it's like, this will show our respective ages on this episode.
Indeed, for sure.
100%.
For sure.
I will say that with some real honesty. So, but listen, for those folks out there who remember, Pee-wee's Playhouse, here we go. For those of you who don't, you're about to get a little lesson on some old school TV.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go. I mean, if people would also like a lesson in being courteous to their favorite upstate podcast, I'm happy to give one. And that is subscribe, rate, and review the show. Throw us a 5-star rating, write us a positive review, and share with us. That allows you to then share with us something that you'd like us to cover in that very review. I think Paul Reubens is a one of one, very unique person with very unique creative output. So I don't think you can recommend another Paul Reubens type from upstate New York. But again, there's so many topics. You and I talk about future topics for at least a few moments every time we record. And guys,
absolutely,
there's a lot of ground to cover upstate. So get those topics in, because we're just making the list longer for ourselves, and it might not have your topic on there. Get it on there, guys.
And as evidenced, we do deliver. When you write in and say, hey, I'd love for you to talk about A, B, C, D, well, we will bring you EFG.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
That's right.
Hey, speaking about upstate, we got some upstate updates, I believe, Jim. Are you ready for a couple of those? I feel like Pee-wee Herman, Paul Reubens would appreciate the silliness of that upstate update tune.
Yeah, there's some whimsy there that I think we would fuck with. For sure. Not spoiler alert, the late Paul Reubens, folks. Yeah. Rest in peace. So yeah, we do. We each have.
It's true.
Upstate updates, but I feel like yours is far more pressing.
Yeah, let's.
You got to close the loop on some business here.
It's true. Last week we talked about Cornell chicken, real tasty variety of grilled chicken that originated from a Cornell professor, right? And I made some last week.
Delicious.
At some point after our episode, and yeah, it was fucking great. Real tangy, I'll say. So I have the luxury of an outdoor grill, it being New York City. For eagle-eyed listeners, you will remember that I did used to have an outdoor grill and was able to do proper, speedy preparation and cooking. I don't have that grill anymore. I don't have a backyard anymore. So I had to do it on a stovetop, used a cast iron skillet, but it worked pretty well. And I think specifically because with Cornell chicken, you're constantly marinating it, right? Or you're constantly basting it, right? And that helps a lot.
Right.
But I would say if you're in a similar situation or you're lazy and you don't want to fire up the grill, I believe one note we read is reducing the salt and maybe swapping in garlic. It would definitely reduce the salt, because if you are doing it on a stovetop, you don't have a lot of residual heat. You have like direct heat that you're cooking it with, right? So the cook time's still about like 40 minutes. but you do have to baste it a lot more, at least in my experience. I could just be a bad cook. I mean, I am a bad cook, but I did pull it off. If you're going to do it on a stovetop, just reduce that salt by a little bit, and it's going to be even better. But it's good. It's real tangy. That apple cider vinegar marinade, whew, it's good. It's really good. And we did
the job.
Oh yeah, and I think I did. I'm only had it marinade for whatever recipe. I think it was going off of his recipe. I think it's supposed to max out at like 12 hours actually. I did it for like 4 or 5. Still pretty good. Like it can be a same day marinade and cook. Cause again, you're doing all of that basting, and that's the more integral aspect of the whole cooking method. Long story short, super easy to do at home, whether you're in the kitchen or outside. Guys, go make some Cornell chicken. It's great. It's tangy. I'm going to do it again. It was good.
Doing it again.
Oh, yeah.
You got to at least get one in before the summer gets out.
Oh,
sure.
Yeah. And again, you can do it inside. Like, we've done Speedies inside, and that was more difficult for me because, again, as I mentioned, not a great cook. And it's like you're doing skewers on a stovetop. It can be difficult, right?
Sure.
I think by doing Speedies indoors, you lose more. It doesn't translate as well to a stovetop cooking, in my limited experience. But better cooks may pull it off. I had better experience outdoors with that. Long story short, just make some Cornell chicken.
Highly recommend. Highly recommend it.
Jim, what's your upstate update? What do you got for us?
All right, man. This is I wish this was as delicious as Cornell chicken, man, but
sure.
Fucking A. All right. So check this out.
Yeah.
I was doom scrolling on Instagram, as one is wont to do in these uncertain times.
Sure.
And I came across, and I wish I could remember the name of the podcast. Mm-hmm. It was one of those like video podcasts where they like are filming the people on the podcast. You know this as someone who has dabbled in this world.
Yeah, very familiar.
Yeah, you're quite familiar with that. So yeah, I was I stumbled onto something, and apparently there is now a thing, and there's it's becoming a cultural piece for some to describe parts of upstate New York as upstate Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, I've heard this. I've heard this. Yeah.
Woodstock would be upstate
Kingston,
Brooklyn. Kingston.
Yeah.
Upstate Brooklyn. And I couldn't have thrown my phone harder on the bed when I fucking heard this. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here, man. That is not, there's no such thing as upstate Brooklyn. Doesn't exist.
Sure.
Doesn't fucking exist. These are two different, this is antithetical to our podcast. Is this fucking idea that Kingston, Woodstock are upstate Brooklyn. You have lost your fucking mind. And shame on you if you are any of those people out there who have described anywhere in upstate New York as upstate Brooklyn. I could go, this is a whole separate episode, man.
Sure.
We're not even going to touch on the sheer level of gentrification.
Oh yeah.
By describing a place. It is that. It is absolutely that.
I think Newburgh, throw Newburgh on that list. That's like the next one. It's moving in that direction.
Of upstate Brooklyn, which you should all be ashamed of yourselves, whoever the fuck it is out there who even entertain that as an idea. Reprehensible fucking behavior.
Yeah.
No way, man. Upstate is very different than Brooklyn, New York. And Brooklyn, New York is very different than upstate New York.
It's true.
Two very different places. As someone who has lived in both places, I am here to tell you. Two different. And that my friends. I wish it was a more upbeat update. But here's the thing about this podcast, folks, is we got to give you the good and the bad.
It's true.
Sometimes you have Cornell chicken. Other times you get invited to upstate Brooklyn. So,
there you go.
You know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
No bueno.
Kings County and Kingston, different things. Different things.
Two very different things, and we're here to report that. We're here to let you know that, folks.
There you go.
Well, that Speedy Freaks and
on that dour note.
Yeah, on that horrible downswing of a note here is our upstate update.
Mm-hmm.
But what we do have here is we have an opportunity to talk to you, Speedy Freaks and Rattlesnake Pete's, about the life and times of Paul Reubens, a.k.a. Pee-wee Herman.
Let's get back to that whimsy, Jim, shall we?
Oh, yeah. I'm ready. I'm down for that, for
All
sure.
right.
And away we go. Paul Reubens, née Rubenfield, born August 27th, 1952, passed away July 30th, 2023, spoiler alert, was an American actor and comedian widely known for creating and portraying the character Pee-wee Herman. So we're going to talk a little bit about his early life and education. Reubens was born Paul Rubenfield in Peekskill, New York on August 27th, 1952, and grew up in a Jewish family where his parents, Judy, née Rosen, and Milton Rubenfield, owned a lamp store. Couldn't be two more Jewish names than Judy Rosen and Milton Rubenfield.
Also, man,
his mother
I wish we still had lamp stores.
Sure.
I mean, I think on Bowery, there are still, at least last time I was on the Bowery, there were a couple light stores where you can definitely buy lamps, but like Peekskill no longer has a goddamn lamp store, and I wish it did. It sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, as we jump back into the world, his mother was a school teacher. His father was an automobile salesperson who had served in the Royal Air Force of Britain and the U.S. Army Air Forces during World War II, and later became one of the founding pilots of the Israeli Air Force during the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. An Orthodox Jew, he was one of 5 Jewish pilots to fly against the Arab forces in smuggled fighter planes. Reubens' 2 younger siblings are Luke, born 1958, who is a dog trainer, and Abby, born in 53, who is an attorney and a board member at the American Civil Liberties Union of Tennessee. And here's the big reveal, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Reubens spent his early childhood in Oneonta, New York. That's right, baby. Upstate in the house. A short drive from Binghamton. Oneonta is the place to be if you want to get drunk. Oneonta, New York. Before moving with his parents to Sarasota, Florida at the age of 9. As a child, he frequented the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, whose winter headquarters were in Sarasota. The circus atmosphere sparked Reubens' interest in entertainment and influenced his later work. He also loved to watch reruns of I Love Lucy, which made him want to make people laugh. At age 5, Reubens asked his father to build him a stage where he and his siblings would act out plays.
Do kids still watch I Love Lucy? Like, I watched I Love Lucy reruns. But
that's a great question. I don't know. I would hope so, because that is a classic piece of television. I don't know if kids necessarily dive into that. If there are any kids out there,
don't listen to this podcast, but have your parents listen and tell us if you're watching I Love Lucy.
Or just let this play so the numbers go up, and then you can watch I Love Lucy, or, however you want to do it. But
that's great thinking.
Keep us in the loop.
Turn the volume down and turn on some I Love Lucy on a separate device. There we go. I like your thinking, Jim.
Yeah.
I like your thinking.
Yeah, I'm out here. I'm trying to make shit happen. After high school graduation, he attended Plymouth State University for 1 semester. He then attended Boston University. When he began auditioning for acting schools, he was turned down by the Juilliard School and Carnegie Mellon University. Shame on both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Reubens was accepted at the California Institute of the Arts, where he graduated with a BFA in theater in 1973. As a student, Reubens was described by the New Yorker as, quote, the wildest of the bunch, end quote. He acted in student film in Cher-inspired mermaid drag and kissed all of his classmates at a Valentine's Day kissing booth. Oh, he was on some real Rick James shit, huh?
There you go. I mean, until you said Valentine's Day kissing booth, I was a little worried. But all right. It was a formalized reason to do this.
Sure. Right. Some of his Cal Arts classmates included Katie Sagal, Michael Richards, Boo, and David Hasselhoff, who was his roommate for a time. Who knew?
Where the fuck is that TV show? What are we doing? Give me that biopic right now.
That's wild.
Oh my God.
That's a wild one right there.
Pee-wee and Hasselhoff? That's all you have to call it. Katie Sagal, famously Married with Children, Futurama.
Yeah.
What's the biker show?
Oh God,
Sons of Anarchy.
It's
Sons of Anarchy.
Sons of Anarchy. Good pull there. It was right there. I was gonna say Hell's Angels, but
yeah, I mean
the show.
Same diff.
Loosely inspired. Yeah, right. Yeah. Same difference. And of course Michael Richards from Seinfeld and being a racist. So, really hanging around some real big time players here. After graduating, his early jobs in California included working in restaurant kitchens and as a Fuller brush salesman. Now, on to his career from 1977 to 1979. Comedy beginnings. Who knew? I had an idea. In 1970, Reubens began performing at local comedy clubs. Starting in 1977, he made 14 guest appearances on The Gong Show, 4 of which involved a boy-girl act he had developed with Charlotte McGinnis entitled The Hilarious Betty and Eddie. During his stint on The Gong Show, Reubens introduced a Native American lounge singer character named Jay Longtoe, decked out in a sequined loincloth and feathered headdress. This doesn't say much for the audience, Reubens explains in his documentary Pee-wee as Himself, but the audience ate it up and went crazy. So I was like, hey, I'm getting laughs. I had no clue it was like 1,000,000,000% not even borderline racist. I mean, it was full-on racist. Good reflection.
Yeah.
Until Pee-wee Herman came along, I thought that was my ticket. I thought I would be propelled to stardom as a Native American lounge singer. Thank God that wasn't the case. Good.
Yeah.
Also,
that
this wasn't your Call of Fame. He soon joined the Los Angeles-based improv comedy team, The Groundlings, which is the answer to the UCB in New York.
A lot of famous SNL cast members have come from The Groundlings. I think like Will Forte, maybe Will Ferrell too. Anyway,
yeah, that is the wave of many an improvisational actor.
Mm-hmm.
He remained a troupe member for 6 years, working with Bob McClurg, Eddie McClurg. I don't know if Eddie or Edie. Eddie McClurg, John Paragon, Susan Barnes, and Phil Hartman. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Hartman and Reubens became friends, and they often wrote and worked together on material. In 1980, Reubens had a small part as a waiter in Blues Brothers.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Me neither. It must be a very small part.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is all news to me. The character of Pee-wee Herman originated during a 1978 improv exercise with the Groundlings, where Reubens came up with an idea of a man who wanted to be a comic, but was so inept at telling jokes that it was obvious to the audience that he would never make it. Fellow groundling Phil Hartman afterwards helped Reubens develop the character. Didn't know that. While another groundling, John Paragon, helped write the show. Despite being compared to other famous characters, such as Hergé Tintin and Collodi's Pinocchio, Reubens said there was no specific source for Pee-wee other than a collection of ideas.
I guess Tintin, do you know it's like the old, I think they're Belgian. They're like little like comics, right? Like he's got the same kind of hair swoop. Hair? No?
Yep.
Does Pee-wee have a... No, I'm trying to remember Pee-wee's haircut.
Yeah, it's like a comb over.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Tintin. It's like Tintin. I know. Yeah. I could see that connection.
Yeah,
right?
That makes sense. I don't think I ever would have made that connection, but yeah, hearing it, you're like, okay, I can see it.
That tracks. Pee-wee's voice originated in 1970 when Reubens appeared in a production of Life with Father, where he was cast as one of the most obnoxious characters in the play. For his role, Reubens adopted a cartoon-like way of speaking, which became Pee-wee's voice. Pee-wee's first name came from a 1-inch Pee-wee brand harmonica Reubens had as a child, and the surname Herman was the last name of an energetic boy Reubens knew from his youth. The original small gray suit Pee-wee wore had been handmade for Groundling's director and founder Gary Austin, who passed it on to Reubens. Interesting. The origin of the red tie is less clear, as Reubens claimed that someone handed him a little kid bow tie before a performance.
Man, what a
now
that bow tie is so iconic. It's crazy.
Sure.
It's just like put this on. Cool.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
Well, as we fast forward in time to 1981 through 1984, the Pee-wee Herman Show. Reubens auditioned for Saturday Night Live in 1980 and 81 season on the same day as comedian Gilbert Gottfried. Reubens told Entertainment Weekly hiring both was not an option because they were, quote, the same type of performer. And he knew immediately Gottfried would get the job. Boo. He also told the San Francisco Chronicle he believed that the fix was in because Gottfried was friends with one of the producers. It ain't what you know, it's who you know, baby. Reubens was so angry and bitter that he decided he would borrow money and start his own show in Los Angeles using the character that he had developed during the previous year's Pee-wee Herman. With the help of other groundlings like John Paragon, Phil Hartman, and Lynn Marie Stewart, Pee-wee acquired a small group of followers, and Reubens took his show to the Roxy Theater. The Pee-wee Herman Show ran for 5 sellout months.
Wow, just as a live show, right? Like that's crazy.
Yeah,
cool.
That's pretty wild. He performed midnight shows for adults and weekly matinees for children, later entering the mainstream when HBO aired the Pee-wee Herman Show in 1981 as part of their series On Location. Reubens also appeared as Pee-wee in the 1980 film Cheech and Chong's Next Movie. Who knew?
I'm not well versed in the Cheech and Chong oeuvre, I must admit.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's two dudes smoking a lot of weed, man.
that much I've gathered. Yeah.
They were smoking a lot of weed and were some pioneers of some good comedy.
That's true.
He again appeared in 1981's Cheech and Chong's Nice Dreams. The end credits of the film billed him as, quote, hamburger dude. Reubens' act had mainly positive reactions and quickly acquired a group of fans, despite being described as, quote, bizarre, and Reubens being described as, quote, the weirdest comedian around. Hilarious. Pee-wee was both corny and hip, retrograde and avant-garde. When Pee-wee's fame started growing, Reubens began to move away from the spotlight, keeping his name under wraps and making all his public appearances and interviews in character while billing Pee-wee as himself. Reubens was trying to, quote, get the public to think that that was a real person. Later on, he would even prefer his parents to be known as only as Honey Herman and Herman Herman. In an early and mid In the early and mid 80s, Reubens made several appearances on Late Night with David Letterman as Pee-wee Herman, which gave Pee-wee even a bigger following. During the mid 80s, Reubens traveled the United States with a whole new The Pee-wee Herman Show playing at the Guthrie Theater in Minneapolis, Carolines in New York City, and 1984 in front of a full Carnegie Hall.
I had no idea that live shows were such a big component of the Pee-wee empire. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. I mean, I obviously, like I was saying before, like I knew of the show, but like as far as going back in time, it's like I didn't know he was killing it on the live show circuit. But
yeah,
we're all here to learn. We are all here to learn. So, 1985, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The success of the Pee-wee Herman Show prompted Warner Brothers to hire Reubens to write a script for a full-length Pee-wee Herman film. Reubens' original idea was to do a remake of Pollyanna, which Reubens claimed was his favorite film. Halfway through writing the script, Reubens noticed everyone at Warner Brothers had a bike with them, which inspired Reubens to start a new script with Phil Hartman. The studio had approved a director for the film, but it was a choice that neither the producers, William E. McEwen and Richard Gilbert Anderson, or Reubens felt was appropriate for the project. Taking inspiration from Sylvester Stallone, who refused to cede creative control to studios, Reubens turned down Warner Brothers' choice for the director, and the studio then told him to, quote, or to find someone, quote, approvable, available, and affordable within a week.
Nice.
Reubens,
okay.
Yeah. All right. Reubens had heard about Tim Burton at a party the same night that he had gotten permission from the studio to get an extension on the director search. I screened Frankenweenie and spoke to Shelley Duvall, who was a friend of mine who was in the film, Reubens explained. I knew Tim was a director about 15 seconds into Frankenweenie, like the second or third shot of it. I was looking at the wallpaper in this bedroom and the lighting and just going, this is the guy who has style and understands art direction. Those are two really important things for me and my baby, I guess. And it just happened to luckily all work out. The film tells the story of Pee-wee Herman embarking on a nationwide adventure in search of his stolen bicycle. The film went on to gross $40 million domestically, recouping almost 6 times its $7 million budget. Wow. At the time of release in 1985, the film received mixed reviews, but Pee-wee's Big Adventure developed into a cult film. Very true.
Interesting. And I think Tim Burton also went to Cal Arts, and it must have been... Yeah, they must not have met, or maybe they didn't overlap in years, but he was also plugged in through the same school. But it's also, also wild that Shelley Duvall is like the connective tissue. A good friend to have in the mid 80s when she's probably still, close to peak popularity. I don't know when Popeye came out, but she was still in movies at that point for sure.
Right. And it all lined up for old Pee-wee.
Yeah.
1986 to 1991, Pee-wee's Playhouse. This was a little bit of my time as a young Jim Jam in Binghamton, New York. Pee-wee's Playhouse was certainly on the television on Saturdays. Either Saturday or Sunday, I can't remember. Mm-hmm. After seeing the success of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, the CBS network approached Reubens with an ill-received cartoon series proposal. In 1986, CBS agreed to sign Reubens to act, produce, and direct his live-action children's program, Pee-wee's Playhouse, with a budget of $325,000 an episode, the same price as the primetime sitcom, and no creative interference from CBS. Although, CBS did request a few minor changes throughout the years.
Dang.
After casting actors like Lawrence Fishburne and the S. Epatha Merkerson. Production began in New York City.
I think this is actually one of Lawrence Fishburne's. It might be his like first role, if not one of his earliest roles. Like I think he played like a postman or something. But yeah.
But this is definitely part of it.
Yeah.
The opening credits of the show were sung by Cyndi Lauper under the pseudonym Ellen Shaw. Playhouse was designed as an educational yet entertaining and artistic show for children, and despite being greatly influenced by the 50s shows Reubens watched as a child, like The Rocky and Bullwinkle Show, The Mickey Mouse Club, Captain Kangaroo, and Howdy Doody, it quickly acquired a dual audience of kids and grown-ups. Reubens, always trying to make Pee-wee a positive role model, created a consciously moral show, one that would teach children the golden rule. Reubens believed that children liked Playhouse because it was fast-paced, colorful, and never talked down to them, while parents liked Playhouse because it reminded them of the past. In 1986, Reubens, billed as Paul Mall, was the voice of the ship's computer in Flight of the Navigator. What? Holy shit. Flight of the Navigator was a classic.
I don't think I know this.
Oh, it's a deep cut. Like that's a real.
Oh, it's one of those like weird live action Disney movies.
Yeah.
Sarah Jessica Parker's in
like
it. Okay.
It's like a kid who can control a spaceship. It's pretty rad. I remember this movie as a very young Jim Jam.
On the poster alone, I'm hooked. It's like a kid in an armchair, just like fucking bugging out.
Yeah, man. It's like a kid like flying like an alien spaceship. It's pretty fucking crazy.
That's great.
In 1987, Reubens provided the voice for the pilot droid RX-24, aka Captain Rex in Star Tours, a Star Wars themed motion simulator attraction at Disneyland and Disney MGM Studios at Walt Disney World and Disneyland Paris. So he is booked and busy. Woohoo. He also reprised the role of Pee-wee Herman in cameo appearances in the film Back to the Beach and the TV show Sesame Street, the latter of which made a cameo in Playhouse. Right after the success of Pee-wee's Big Adventure, Reubens began working with Paramount Pictures on a sequel entitled Big Top Pee-wee. Reubens and George McGrath's script was directed by Grease director Randall Kleiser. The film was not as successful as its predecessor, receiving mild reviews and doing just 1/3 as well at the box office, earning only $15 million. Pee-wee's Playhouse aired from September 13th, 1986 until November 10th, 1990. Reubens was originally agreed to do 2 more seasons after the third, and when CBS asked Reubens about the possibility of a 6th season, he declined, wanting to take a sabbatical. Reubens had been suffering from burnout from playing Pee-wee full-time and had been warning that Pee-wee was temporary and he had other ideas he would like to work on. Says you. The parties agreed to end the show after 5 seasons, which included 45 episodes and a Christmas special. Playhouse garnered 22 Emmy Awards. That's fucking crazy.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
wild. Well, folks, we have laid the foundation of who the character Pee-wee Herman is. We are now going to talk a little bit about life after Pee-wee Herman. Rob, Tell us what's going on.
All right. Well, let's look at his career and kind of his public retreat and comeback, starting in '92. Shall we?
Let's go.
So after his 1991 arrest, which we will talk more about later, Reubens kept a pretty low profile and dedicated himself to writing and collecting a variety of things. Quote, everything from fake food to lamps. Interesting that lamps is coming back. Do you think that was could have been a nostalgic thing of his parents' lamp shop? Who knows? Although he did do some dubbing and took small parts in films such as 1992's Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Tim Burton's Batman Returns. Reubens portrayed the Penguin's father. Again, didn't know that.
So much not being known here.
He's also in, I think, doing dubbing parts in 1996's Matilda and Dunstan Checks In. I gotta revisit Dunstan Checks In, man. I'm pretty sure I saw that in the theater.
That's funny.
In 93, he voiced the character Locke in another one of Burton's productions, The Nightmare Before Christmas, which also didn't know, but totally makes sense. Those kids have, that's like, if you're familiar with the movie, there's like 3 trick-or-treaters who kidnaps Santa. That's one of those kids. Okay. And it's like, it's kind of a Pee-wee-esque voice that he's doing there. I think Catherine O'Hara might be one of those kids as well. Anyway, let's see. Pee-wee's Playhouse had already ended by that time. By the time Reubens was arrested, he cited an overworked crew and decline in the show's quality in his decision against making a 6th season. The show's popularity and quantity of episodes had allowed for rerun broadcasts, but CBS canceled the reruns on July 29th, 1991. Which I was going to say, we kind of mentioned this earlier, like, I didn't watch Pee-wee's Playhouse growing up. I was born in 89. Right. I was going to say, like, it must not have been in syndication. Like, it just was not on the air. Because I know if it had been, I would have been, like, all about it, for sure.
Sure.
But it just, it was not, no one was putting it out at all. Let's see, during the...
And we're going to see why.
All right.
We're going to find out why.
Mm-hmm. During the mid-90s, Reubens played a recurring role on the TV series Murphy Brown. The role earned him positive reviews and his only non-Pee-wee Emmy nomination for Outstanding Guest Actor in a Comedy Series. He appeared 6 times on the show between 95 and 97. Afterward, Reubens began working on an NBC pilot entitled Meet the Muckles, a show that would be based on You Can't Take It With You. The project got stuck in development hell and was later dropped when Reubens' ideas grew too elaborate and expensive, although Philip Rosenthal blamed NBC's negative response on Reubens being on a blacklist. I think Phil Rosenthal being the creator of, like, Everybody Loves Raymond and a couple other major sitcoms, but I think that's his most... I mean... If that's your most popular show, you're doing okay. If you have some that aren't,
yeah.
I think he made some money with Ray Romano. Anyway, by 99, Reubens had given several interviews as himself and made public appearances while promoting the film Mystery Men. The first being on the Tonight Show. I think I'm trying to remember which guy he plays in Mystery Men. One of the superheroes. I feel like maybe he was psychic. I might be mixing it up with someone else's character. But let's see. The first he was on was Tonight Show with Jay Leno. He also starred in Dwight Yoakam's Western South of Heaven, West of Hell, portraying a rapist and killer.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's real kind of going against
That's
type there.
Heel turn.
Yeah. In 2001, Reubens had his first extended television role since Playhouse as the host of the short-lived ABC game show You Don't Know Jack, based on the video game series of the same name. It was canceled after 6 episodes due to low ratings. Reubens played a flamboyant hairdresser turned drug dealer in Ted Demi's 2001 drama Blow, which starred Penelope Cruz and Johnny Depp. His performance was praised, and he began receiving scripts for potential film projects. So, all right.
Yeah. He, I believe, had the classic line, I can't feel my face. Like, I know it's there, but I can't feel my face.
All right.
I think that was his line.
I don't think I've ever seen... I think I've seen clips of Blow. I have not seen the whole film.
Yeah, it's him.
All right.
I can't feel my face. It's like there, but like it's a good movie.
All right.
If you like films about cocaine.
I mean, I like Casino.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
There's
it's
some
not really a
cocaine.
movie about cocaine, but it forms a lot of the
It does
character
inform
arc.
a lot of decisions. Yeah, it does inform a lot of decisions
Sure.
for sure.
I should have gone with
But
Scarface.
yeah,
Why
no.
did I pull Casino? Both films with a lot of cocaine use.
We
But if
can-
there were ever a film about cocaine, it would be Scarface.
Sure. That is a film dedicated to the yayo
Sure.
that Chi-Chi is supposed to go get.
Sure.
Um,
All right. Well, let's move on to the 2000s here, kind of the mid 2000s, where he's picking up a lot more cameos and guest appearances. He makes some, I think, famous turns on Reno 911 as a Rick Citizens Patrol officer. And then he's also in like the Reno 911 movie. He's in the second music video for the Raconteur song Steady As She Goes, which is a Jack White group, which I can't believe that song has 2 music videos. But all right, why not?
sure. Let's go.
Let's see. He attended a tribute that was done to him at the San Francisco Sketch Fest, where he talked about his career. Had a pilot at NBC for a show called Area 57, sitcom about a passive-aggressive alien. I would watch that. Sounds more interesting than most
hilarious.
sitcoms. Yeah, I hope that pilot was shot, and I would love to see it if it exists. Let's see. He did appear on 30 Rock as an inbred Austrian prince, a character Tina Fey created for him. It's pretty good. He does a pretty good job as that character. He also made 3 guest appearances on the FX series Dirt, playing a washed-up alcoholic reporter named Chuck LaFoon. And at that point, he's recommended for a role by Dirt star and close friend Courtney Cox, who her husband at the time, David Arquette, then cast Reubens for his directorial debut in the film The Tripper from 2007. In 2007, Reubens appeared as Pee-wee Herman at the Spike TV's Guys' Choice Awards. Do you think they're still doing the Guys' Choice Awards, Jim?
I mean, no. I feel like they don't, but like, given the world that we're in, why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I feel like people would want that.
I suppose.
Anyway.
I digress. But that was the first time he had made an appearance as Pee-wee Herman since 1992. He then returned for some more dubbing work in 2006 for a lot of Cartoon Network projects, including Reanimated, Chowder, Tom Goes to the Mayor, and Tim and Eric Awesome Show. Great job. That being the only one of those I've heard of.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Tim and Eric the only one I am familiar with.
I think I've heard of Chowder, but I couldn't tell you what it is, aside from a soup-based meal. Let's see, 2008, Reubens was slated to appear as homeopathic antidepressant salesperson Alfredo Aldericio in the 3rd episode of Pushing Daisies, but the role was recast with Raul Esparza. Reubens instead appeared in the role of Oscar Benuis in the series' 7th and 9th episodes. In 2008, he did a PSA for Unscrew America, a website that aims to get people to change regular light bulbs for more energy-efficient ones in the form of CFLs. And
How
LED.
much did he get paid for that?
Jim, I could not have guessed that's what that was based off the name Unscrew America. Sure. It's like, what? There's a lot of directions this can go. Light bulbs was not the one I was thinking.
Sure. Understandably so, by the way.
Yeah, I will be looking up that PSA video. He also voiced a character in Batman, the Brave and the Bold, an animated series called Batmite. So how about that? All right, so he's working a little bit more, 2004 to 2008, but let's talk about his revival, which kind of took place from 2009 to until his death in 2023, not too long ago. So in January 2009, Reubens hinted that negotiations were underway for his stage show to come back. And in August, the return of the Pee-wee Herman Show was announced. Reubens said he felt Pee-wee calling, quote, "I just got up one day and felt like I'm going to come back. That was it." The show is also a way to, quote, "introduce Pee-wee to the new generation that didn't know about it," preparing the way for Reubens' main project, the Playhouse film. Before this comeback, Reubens' present age and shape had been pointed out as a possible issue. Rude. Since Pee-wee's slim figure and clean skin have been one of his trademarks. Like, Jim, have you seen Judge Judy? They put so many filters on her. She's fucking smooth as ever. Don't tell Paul Reubens he can't be Pee-wee. Like, we live in a digital age. Like, if Judge Judy can do it, Pee-wee Herman can do it. I think she looks great. I'm just saying they're clearly doing a lot of processing in lens and in editing. Anyway, I don't know where that came from. All right.
Somebody had to say it.
Oh, it's true.
Somebody had to talk about it.
It's true.
Let it be us.
Sure. Let's see. Reubens' present age and shape had been pointed out as a possible issue since Pee-wee's slim figure and clean skin have been one of his trademarks. But after appearing for the first time since '92 as Pee-wee at Spike TV's 2000 Guys' Choice Awards, as we mentioned, Reubens had remained optimistic and had jokingly said he's no longer nervous about being young Pee-wee again thanks to digital retouching. There we go.
You called it. You called it again.
Boom. The show was originally scheduled to begin November 8th and continue until the 29th at the Music Box Theater in Hollywood. Due to high demand, the show moved to Club Nokia at LA Live and was scheduled to run between January 12th and February 7th, 2010. Man, Club Nokia. That doesn't exist anymore either, for sure.
No.
Let's see. To promote the show, Reubens once again gave interviews in character, appearing on The Jay Leno Show, The Tonight Show with Conan O'Brien, as well as appearing as a guest on O'Brien's subsequent Legally Prohibited tour and Jimmy Kimmel Live. I think that was a stage show that O'Brien did for a while after Jay Leno gave him the Tonight Show boot. Right?
Right. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Let's see.
That went well.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were pretty chill about that.
Sure. Let's see. A Twitter account, a Facebook account, and a new website were made for Pee-wee after the show changed venues. The show relocated to New York City for a limited run in November of 2010 at the Stephen Sondheim Theater, selling over 3 million in advance tickets. An extra performance was taped for the HBO network on January 26, 2011, and debuted March 19th. From 2012 to 13, Reubens continued to contribute his voice talents to the animated series Tron Uprising. There's an animated Tron series? Jim, I'm learning so much on this episode. Reubens appeared in TV on the radio's music video for Happy Idiot. I also had no idea he was in so many music videos. This is great. Let's see, in 2015, Netflix acquired the rights to produce a new Pee-wee film entitled Pee-wee's Big Holiday with Reubens and Judd Apatow producing the film, John Lee directing, and Reubens and Paul Rust writing the screenplay. The film was released on March 18th, 2016 on Netflix to positive reception. I've heard Paul Rust talk a little bit about his
Yeah.
his relationship and working with Pee-wee. And like there's I don't know if we'll get to it, but Scott Aukerman, who like started the Earwolf Network, has a podcast, Comedy Bang Bang. I think worked with him as well, and I think he like was from just my impressions from those. I think he is a delightful man to work with, but also like could be a little complicated too, and like as like he's such a very much a creative type, and that being sometimes those you know, you gotta kind of you gotta meet them where they're at, I think, is kind of the impression I got.
I have seen as a 14-year stand-up comedian. I have seen those people.
Let's see. Reubens went on to reprise his role as pilot droid Rex in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, the kind of the Star Wars wing of Disneyland in Disney's Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World in 2019. Reubens previously portrayed the character in the original Star Tours attraction that we mentioned earlier on. In Galaxy's Edge, the former Star Tours pilot droid RX-24, Rex, has been reprogrammed into DJ R3X, the house DJ of a bar and restaurant called Oga's Cantina. All right. He also voiced a character in Minecraft.
There you go.
Which he claimed was among his favorite voice acting roles. Man, I hope...
Out of all of them.
That's crazy. I hope he's getting crazy residuals from all of that work. Let's talk a little bit about his personal life, which there's been kind of, more recently, more insight into that with the release of the documentary Pee-wee as Himself, which just came out this year. So he never married and he never had any children. In interviews conducted for that documentary I just mentioned, which premiered after his death, he publicly acknowledged for the first time that he was gay. And Reubens described a lived-in relationship he had in the 70s with a fellow CalArts student named Guy Brown, whom he credited with inspiring some of Pee-wee Herman's mannerisms. After the relationship ended, Reubens visited Brown in the hospital just hours before he died of an AIDS-related illness. Following that relationship, Reubens stated that he made a conscious decision to focus on his career and never entered into another serious relationship except at the very end of his life. He was highly secretive about his sexuality for much of his lifetime. Quote, "I was out of the closet and then I went back in the closet. I wasn't pursuing the Paul Reubens career. I was pursuing the Pee-wee Herman career. I was secretive about my sexuality, even to my friends, out of self-hatred or self-preservation. I was conflicted about sexuality, but fame was way more complicated."
That's a bummer.
Yeah. It's kind of the splitting, really, the splitting of himself and not and just kind of focusing on the career. That's a tough recipe. And again, he burnt out, eventually.
Yeah, and also it's at a time when that certainly was not. Yeah. It wasn't acceptable in Hollywood to be quite out like that. Yep. And, I'm sure there was as he alluded to, there was an entire life that he led up until that where that was not who he wanted to portray in the world. So, yeah. Sad news.
Indeed. Let's see. So Reubens had maintained several platonic relationships with women, including some of his co-stars, some of which were incorrectly reported in the media as romantic. He attended the 88 Academy Awards with Big Top Pee-wee co-star Valeria Golino, which stirred rumors that the two were dating. The following year, Reubens exchanged vows with Doris Duke's adopted daughter, Cyndi Hefner, at a mock wedding over which Imelda Marcos presided, held at Shangri-La, Doris Duke's mansion in Honolulu, Hawaii. Reubens also reportedly, quote, dated actress Debbie Mazur in 1993 after he began attending film premieres with her. He credited Mazur with helping him recover from the depression caused by his 1991 arrest. According to Mazur, their relationship was platonic yet inseparable. We were best friends, and the truth of the matter is, basically, we had a love affair that was just cerebral. Reubens and his co-star Lynn Marie Stewart remained close, platonic friends until the end of his life. They were active with the Make-A-Wish Foundation, making appearances in character to bring joy to terminally ill children.
What a gem, man.
Yeah.
A gem of a guy.
Well, let's get to his some of his legal issues, which pretty well documented.
Yeah.
In 1991, he was arrested in Sarasota, Florida, for indecent exposure while watching a film at a porno theater. Fred Willard befell the same fate at some point, I believe, too.
Sure.
During an unexpected police inspection, a detective detained Reubens along with 3 others as he was preparing to leave. When detectives examined his driver's license, Reubens told them, "I'm Pee-wee Herman," and offered to perform a children's benefit for the sheriff's office to, quote, take care of this. The next day, after a local reporter recognized Reubens' name, Reubens' attorney extended the same offer to the Sarasota Herald-Tribune in exchange for withholding the story. On the night of the arrest, Reubens traveled to Nashville, where his sister and lawyer lived, and then to New Jersey, where he stayed for the next few months at his friend Doris Duke's estate. This was Reubens' 3rd arrest in the county. 1971, he was arrested for loitering and prowling near an adult theater. Like loitering's a bullshit reason.
Walking around.
Yeah.
You're walking around.
Though the charges had been dropped. His second arrest occurred in 1983 when Reubens was placed on 2 years of probation for possession of marijuana, although adjudication was withheld. The 1991 arrest was widely covered, and Reubens became the subject of late-night talk show ridicule. Disney MGM Studios suspended a video from its studio tour that had shown Pee-wee explaining how voiceover tracks are produced, and Toys R Us removed Pee-wee toys from its stores. Reubens released a statement denying the charges. On November 7th, 1991, he pleaded no contest. The plea avoided a charge on Reubens' record, but obligated him to 75 hours of community service. As part of his service, he created, produced, and financed 2 anti-drug public service announcements. Let's see. Despite the negative publicity, many artists who knew Reubens, such as Cyndi Lauper, Annette Funicello, Zsa Zsa Gabor, and Valerie Golino, voiced support. He was Jesus, he's friends with everyone.
Yeah, I mean, he
Zsa Zsa
really,
Gabor, he's got such a deep Rolodex of friends.
He was known in the industry.
Indeed,
for sure.
Others who knew Reubens, such as Pee-wee's Playhouse production designer Gary Panter, S. Epatha Merkerson, and Big Top Pee-wee director Randall Kleiser also spoke in support. Reubens fans organized support rallies after CBS canceled the reruns, picketing in L.A., New York, and San Francisco. The television news magazine A Current Affair received tens of thousands of responses to a Pee-wee telephone survey in which callers supported Reubens by a 9-to-1 ratio. That's a pretty good ratio.
Oh, hell yeah. That's great.
Although Reubens did not offer interviews or appear on talk shows after his arrest, he did appear in character as Pee-wee Herman at the 91 MTV Video Music Awards on September 5th, asking the audience, "Heard any good jokes lately?" He received a standing ovation.
I remember that. I
Yeah?
remember that vividly when he did that. Oh, yeah. Yeah. that was like the big it was the big guffaw, and way to turn that around.
Yeah. He then would only appear one more time as Pee-wee until the Guys' Choice Awards, and this was in '92 when he participated in a Grand Ole Opry tribute to Minnie Pearl. I think I first learned about Pee-wee Herman because I think like literally Jay Leno made some joke about this, years later, and I was like,
yeah,
who the hell's Pee-wee Herman? And my parents like, well,
you don't know Pee-wee Herman?
Yeah. Well, I get this is I think like the only thing that would have been available is the Pee-wee's Big Adventure. I just hadn't seen it. Is that Ace like screaming?
that sure is, man. We
gotta wrap this up. Ace needs attention.
Yeah, he's telling us to shut up. You know it.
All right, we're almost done. All right, reception and legacy. Let me transition that a little bit better. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the reception and legacy of Pee-wee Herman and Paul Reubens. He was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame by '89 and successfully built a Pee-wee franchise with toys, clothes, and other items, generating more than $25 million at its peak in '88. Oh, and before we move on, I was gonna say, like, man, if that had only happened, if Paul Reubens' career was maybe like 20 years later, shifted in time, like we had a newsacre, get caught jacking it on the Zoom call, and like I think he's back on the news now. Like,
sure, yeah, he could have.
The bar is so much lower now. Like, fucking had to be in '91.
The news cycle would have washed that right out, and he would have been fucking good to go, man.
Yeah. Anyway, back to kind of the legacy here. In '89, he published a book as Pee-wee called Travels with Pee-wee. CBS, of course, aired the reruns until '91, until his arrest, and Fox Family Channel briefly aired reruns of The Playhouse in '98. In early July 2006, Cartoon Network began running a teaser promo during its Adult Swim lineup, later press release, and many other promos. And many other promos confirmed that the show's 45 original episodes would air nightly from Monday to Thursday, starting on that date. And it would go on to get 1.5 million viewers nightly. It's pretty good.
Wow.
In 2007, TV Guide named Playhouse one of the top 10 TV cult classics of all time. Several children's television personas cite Pee-wee as an inspiration. Among those, Steve Burns of Blue's Clues, Steven Hillenburg of SpongeBob, and let's see, in 2004, all 45 episodes of Playhouse, plus 6 episodes that were never released and had never before been seen, were released on home video and DVD, split between 2 box set collections. Let's see. Shout Factory announced that they had acquired the rights to the entire series from Reubens in 2013, which was then released on Blu-ray in 2014. In addition, the entire series was digitally remastered. Nice. Oh, wow. From the original 35mm film elements and original audio tracks. Not many TV shows get that treatment. Like, to remaster that many episodes of something, like, it's
right.
Very few shows are getting that, so that speaks volumes. Reubens discussed plans for a museum, which would contain many of the Playhouse sets and props he owned. Of course, the documentary that we mentioned before just came out in May of this year, called Pee-wee as Himself. Reubens took part in the filming of the documentary prior to his death in 2003, And he reportedly completed writing his autobiography before his death, which his estate hopes to publish posthumously. I always fuck up that word, but I didn't this time.
You got it. No, you got it. You nailed it. First take,
best take. All right, so let's just quickly talk about his passing. He died July 30th, 2023, at the age of 70 at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in LA. The immediate cause of death was acute hypoxic respiratory failure. At the time of his death, he was diagnosed with both myelogenous leukemia and metastatic lung cancer. Nailed posthumously, did not get either of those correctly.
You can't get them all, man.
No. He'd been diagnosed 6 years earlier, but had not revealed his diagnosis to the public. Following his death, a statement written by Reubens was released. Reading as such. Please accept my apology for not going public with what I've been facing the last 6 years. I have always felt a huge amount of love and respect from my friends, fans, and supporters. I have loved you all so much and enjoyed making art for you. Reubens was...
Man.
Yeah.
He's a class act, man.
Took the words right out of my mouth,
classy dude.
Right out of my mouth.
Classy dude.
Yeah. Reubens was cremated and his remains were interred at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. So there you go. There you go.
Rest in peace, Pee-wee.
Yeah. There. I was gonna make a pun. I'm not even gonna do it. Rest in peace, Pee-wee and Paul. There you go.
Yep. There you go, man. Well, I'm glad we could chronicle the life of a complicated but solid performer and entertainer, and brought joy to many a children's life.
Yeah.
Pee-wee Herman.
Yeah, and again, we were talking a little bit off mic, but obviously was aware of Paul Reubens, more than aware, familiar with a lot of his work, but I've never dabbled in the Pee-wee oeuvre. Man, I'm using oeuvre too much today.
Sure.
I gotta
Twice.
Oh boy.
2 times.
Never again. But yeah, really interesting just to get a survey of his career, because he did so much. He did a ton.
More than just Pee-wee, man.
Yeah.
Way more than just Pee-wee.
Absolutely. Well, Jim, we of course are going to need our listeners to listen to more than just this Pee-wee episode, right? And to do that...
Sure. Yeah, they got to listen to all of them.
Or rather, a great way to do that is to subscribe. Oh, God, I can't talk. I blew it all on posthumously. The way to do that is to subscribe to this show. And then, of course, rate and review it if you can. That helps us out a lot. Also, hey, share an episode with a friend. That really, again, helping get this show out to more ears is a big help to us. Speaking about getting things out to ears, Jim, do you have any things that you would like to get a couple more ears on?
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, of course. Well, check this out. You have just finished all 45 episodes of Pee-wee's show, right? Mm-hmm. It's brought you so much joy, unbridled ecstasy. You cannot believe you've enjoyed such amazing art, right? But yet and still you want more upstate brilliance. Well, here it is. Upstate Understandings. It is a comedy album. It is available on all digital streaming platforms. It's also available at jimsearch.bandcamp.com. A true tour de force. I say go pick up 19,000 copies if you can. Produced by Rob Adler and album art by Adam Russell. A incredible display of comedic brilliance. I'm a little biased, but it's pretty good. Pretty fucking good. So yeah, go do that. JimSearchComedy.com is a good place to find some show dates and things like that. If you are in the New York City area and you are an unrepentant hip hop nerd, Get your ass over to Beer Wax July 29th at 7 o'clock for Trivmatic. It's going to be a very dope one. It is a Mob Deep trivia takeover. We'll be having Havoc in the building. He'll be co-hosting trivia with me. Don't think it's going to get better than that. General admission's $10. $10 for a team. If you want to do a meet and greet and get that poster of the infamous sign that you've held on to for 30 years, you can do that. $30 for that. So come on through. It's going to be a great time. That's what I got. Rob, tell these folks what they can do after they spend all of their money on all these fun things.
Let's just say you're a big fan of Pee-wee's Playhouse and Whimsy.
Sure.
If you like Whimsy, I think you're gonna like my album. There's a little, it's whimsical. There's some parts.
Sure.
There's a little bit of whimsy in there.
Sure.
I got some goofy stuff I like to sprinkle in. It's an instrumental, kind of funk, disco, go-go, boogie-inspired album. Go check it out. It's called New York Sticky, available at brooklynfrequency.bandcamp.com, and get yourself a little whimsy today. Also, check out our documentaries, behind-the-scenes look at the making of Jim's album that he was talking about. We have a link for it in the description. It's called Understanding Upstate. It's a breezy 30 minutes. It's actually got some of the music that's on my album in it. So if you happen to watch the documentary first and you like the music, you can pretty much buy the soundtrack. So hey, check all those things out again. Links in the description. Speaking of checking things out, do you have a hint for what we're going to be checking out next week, Jim?
I do. I'll tell you right now. The dunk tank is filled, folks. That's all I can tell you. We got the dunk tank filled to the top. You better be there.
There we go. I like it. I'm excited. Well, I'm always excited for episodes, but I'm excited for next week. Just all the same, I guess. Jim.
No, it's going to be great. Yes.
It's going to be great. Jim, we got to get out of here with an up pun. I didn't think of one. I thought I would think of one, and I fucked it up. So let's get on out of here.
Understanding Upstate is a podcast hosted by Jim Search and Rob Adler, edited by Rob Adler, and music from Regal Monk.